Hey guys, it's Matt, and I'm back with a little bit of a different video this time. I don't really have a new gadget here, but I've kind of started getting into what I like to call the pocket minimalism, where I'm really trying to reduce what's in my pocket. So if you've seen some of my previous videos, you would have seen I had a card ninja, which I used to stick on the back of my phone. So, for example, here's my Nexus 5. Right now, as you can see, there's nothing on the back, but I had a card ninja which sat right on the back of here. It was a cloth card holder, basically, and you stick it on the back and then you can stick your cards in. And it kind of combined your phone and your wallet into one package, which kind of left my other pocket free. Before that, I had just, I had this wallet right here. It's made by Ben Sherman. I actually got it for Christmas for my sister, and I love it because it's super like minimalist. It's as you can see, it's pretty worn out because I use it a ton. But it's a money clip kind of style for your cash. So I have, let's see what I have here. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bills, and it's got this magnetic clasp here, and it's super strong. It can hold a ton of bills, and that magnet is really strong. So on top of that, it has 3 card slots on the front, and so 3 in the front, 1 in the middle, and then 1 more slot on the back. So I really like this style of wallet, and it served me really well. But one thing is the magnet kind of takes up, it adds to the thickness, and I'm always looking for ways to kind of reduce the size of what's in my wallet. And you might be asking, oh, why don't you still use the Card Ninja on the Nexus? And the reason is because the Nexus 5 has wireless charging built in, and if you have something on the back, it won't work. And the Nexus 5 also has NFC payments built in, and that's another thing that I haven't tested it, but it may interfere if there's something on the back in the way. So I can give you a quick demo of the wireless charging, because I actually built it into my coffee table here if you watch any of my other videos. But if I place it down right there, it should connect, and there you can see it's charging. So that's kind of a neat little trick I don't want to give up. So you're probably wondering what these are. So thanks to Steve Montelli, who makes a ton of videos on minimalist wallets. I got a ton of information from him. I must have watched hours of his videos, and I finally settled on the Capsule Minimalist wallet, which was at one point a Kickstarter project, but now they have their website up and they're selling it. So their website just went live maybe a week or 2 ago. So I'm gonna open up the first one, and let's see what's in here. Alright, sorry, it was a little messy, but let's get in here and kind of made a mess there, but okay, this looks very similar to what I saw in Steve's videos of what the wallet. So here's a little receipt. Here's the actual packaging. Let me make sure there's nothing else in here. Okay, that looks like that's all that's in there. Here we have the packaging, the capsule kind of logo here. Packaging feels nice. Here we have, it says, let's see if we can get that. right there. Minimalist gray is what we're working with. So let's get this back in focus. So I'm going to open this up. And that's all that's in there. We have a nice little card here. Set that aside. Another little felt envelope. So let's go in, and there is the Capsule Minimalist. And wow, it's very soft. The leather feels really nice. So you can see how thin. Wow, that is incredibly thin, empty. Let me empty out my original wallet here, just so we can try and do a quick comparison on the thickness. Cash is out of there, and wow, that you can see just how thin that is. That's when I start sticking things in there, it's just going to kind of be the thickness of what I'm sticking in there. This itself is not going to add much thickness. So here's the cash strap, which is kind of their big selling point. It has one slot in the front, which is kind of your quick load slot for sticking in the cards that you use the most. And then it just has one more pocket in the middle for storing cards that you don't need as often. So I'm definitely a minimalist, and I don't carry more than 4 cards. So I'll probably just go with 2 cards in the front, my ID and my most commonly used credit card, and then in the middle I'll stick, my debit card and then my backup credit card, and then of course cash in the cash strap. So there is, let's see if we can focus in a little closer so you can get a good look at the quality of the craftsmanship here. The stitching is really well done, the grain of the leather, and it's really soft. I wish you could feel how nice and soft this feels. It feels like a premium, very high quality premium product. And you can see the Capsule logo right there. Very good looking wallet. So you probably want to see this thing loaded up and in action. So I'm not going to load this up as much as some do, since I consider, if you're a minimalist, you're probably not going to stick too many cards in here. So I'm going to stick to my norm, which is 4 cards and some cash. So in this front pocket I will stick my ID and my most commonly used credit card. So that's going to slide right in there, and that slides in pretty nicely. There you can see so far it's got a little bit of the front's bulging out a little bit, but that's pretty nicely in there. It's not it's not too tight. And I'll take my other 2 cards, and I'm going to stick these right in the middle slot. So in those go. And still super thin. Pretty impressed so far on how little space is taking up. And finally, the part I was most concerned about is how nice and how easily this cash strap is going to work out. Because I love, on this wallet, this magnetic strap is it's so easy to, I get change from somewhere, I pay with a 20, I get a bunch of this change back, I throw it in there, and I just throw it, and it's done. I open it up and I pull it out, and it's really easy. I mean, it doesn't get any easier than that to get the money in and out. So let's see how the cash strap does. So I will just tuck this in there, and it's tight to start for sure. So slide this in, and it goes in. It's in there. It's definitely in there, nice and tight. If you don't line up your bills right, it looks like it's gonna stick out a little, but there it is, and you know, it's not going anywhere. So there's the total profile with it loaded up with the cash, with 4 cards. And this is a really small package. This is much smaller than I was working with before. But let's see if I wanted to pull this cash out, how easy. So it slides out, you know, let's say I paid for something and now I'm done, and let's stick it back in. And I saw on some videos and some sites that I read that, you know, this strap will loosen up over time. Right now, I'll admit it's a little tight, and definitely not as fast as, you know, the quick draw magnetic strap that I had before, but it's nice. I like the cash strap. I'm gonna have to really test it out and see in practice, you know, how well and how quick and convenient it is. You know, I'm kind of babying it right now because it's like a new product and I just got it and I don't want to mess it up, but I'll have to see over time how well that part of the wallet holds up. The slots look good. I think that they're going to work out well. So there we have it. There is the Capsule Minimalist, and so far my first impressions, I think it's going to be a keeper. I like it a lot. It's super thin and doesn't take up much space. It's pretty much taking up, you know, barely more than the space it would take up to actually just hold the items that are in it. So it's not adding much overhead at all to just keeping these things in my pocket, but I get the added organization, of course. This cash strap, you know, I'm gonna have to really test it out some more and see how it works out. But initial impressions are pretty good. I'll have to see how it stretches out over time, and you know, how easy it is to use over time. But we'll see how that goes, and hopefully I can report back and let you know. But there it is, and thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.